According to new federal regulations, students may only receive financial aid for courses required for their degree or certificate program. Any classes not required for a degree or certificate will not be funded. This means that they will have to pay for these classes out of their own pocket. If students did not know about this regulation, they could sign up for classes and end up paying more than they can afford. How does this change affect you?
I think the change is not going to pay for most of my classes. I'm an undeclared student, and if it says that I have to declare a major and they're only paying for classes towards my major, I'm out of luck.
Personally, I have family who are helping me with my education, but for the people who really need financial aid, I don't think it's very fair to them because they should be able to choose what they are taking as long as they're still following what their major is. I don't think it should really matter what other classes they take.
Well, since I've just found out about it, it changes a lot of things because I was actually planning on taking art classes just to fill in where I have open spaces for more classes. But if I'm not able to, then, I guess I'm not going to take it because I'm not going to pay for it.
Personally, I was actually considering applying for financial aid, but with this change, I still have I have doubts of actually getting financial aid.
Financial aid could still help you with classes that are required.
True, but I'm not sure how that'll affect general education requirements.
I don't really agree with that. I mean, if we're already receiving financial aid, I wouldn't understand why you would just stop it and end up paying out of pocket. Doesn't make sense to me.
I don't think it necessarily is going to affect me because I'm just going to go towards my degree. I'm not going to, bounce around and do all the other classes.
So you don't intend to change to explore new areas?
I mean, yeah, I think it should change because there's other people who do want to take other classes, But for me personally, it's not going to affect me.
It would affect me because I'm more interested in pursuing a career, and that helps me in the long run when I'm trying to, at least this will help me save my money for the 4-year I plan on going to.
On the one hand, it would stop people from becoming career students. It would prevent them from taking countless classes for years on end with no real goal in mind. On the other hand, it prevents students from exploring new things, trying out new areas that they may not have considered before. How do you think this would affect students and schools?
I think actually it would probably make some people a little upset personally. I don't think that it's fair that they should be told exactly what they need to be taking because it is their education. And after all, I think that's really kind of what college is about. It's about you making the most out of your education and your experience here.
So it's going to hurt students who are trying to explore new things.
Absolutely. How else are you going to know if maybe you're in the wrong major?
I mean, it's kind of a positive. I can see where they think it's a positive benefit only because it's saving money for, what's necessary and what's needed and not to waste money on classes that, you're not going to use towards your major. And I guess it's fair, if you save money for, what you actually need, then you can use your money towards whatever else you want to do that's extra that doesn't fall under your degree, which is fair, but it affects students because, when I was a freshman first starting out, it's just I kind of didn't know where I wanted to go, so my degree may have been in business, but I was definitely taking theater and, some gym classes or however. So if that means that, that's no longer possible, then a lot of the, future students are going to be affected by it heavily.
It depends. A lot of some students don't work or, maybe the parents can't afford to pay whatever the tuition may be. Therefore, the student may have to postpone classes, until employment or until the parents are able to financially assist their child in pursuing that career. And even worst case, the child may transfer to another school.
So you think this would hurt students from low-income areas?
Yes, I do.
Personally, I would believe that students would feel more pressured into focusing on more of their major as to actually deciding on what major to go into. It's just hard. It makes it feel harder to actually get through school.
It won't allow students to be interested in other topics to change their majors. They might take a class here that does not have anything to do with their degree, but it may make them want to change their degree because they took this one class, and now they won't be able to let the student take that class now.
Well, it affect the generations after us who won't have that chance to pursue or get that knowledge or that expertise, that experience to see if this is actually what they would like to do.
I think it might help make them more decisive. Make sure you have a plan and know what you want to do so that you can take advantage of this opportunity.
It is possible to get a waiver for this, but that's a whole different process in itself. The Financial Aid Office declined to be interviewed for this segment.